That is a great intro song. Fuck.
It is.
It's happening.
We didn't have music before, so now at least we have music.
Yeah, you should start the stream.
We're already gone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know. People are gonna hate you for opening up the stream like this.
They already
Chief, you're used to this sound, aren't you? I think I heard your alarm still beeping.
Yeah. Also, my currently my oil burner isn't running, so it's fucking freezing in my house. But
oh no!
Is your house burning down?
No, that's just the market.
It is the market. It's on fire.
That's what happens when you let the wife try cooking.
Ooh.
All right. Well, there we go. So, yeah, what I was getting ready to say is I just moved into a new house, and we are having a whole bunch of fun little things pop up.
It sounds like it. It's
great.
So just a little formal introduction, I guess. Welcome to AfterWhores podcast episode number 2. Joined by host Daren, BobDog, and NewFishBigPond, who wasn't able to make the first one.
It was lonely without him.
It was. I missed the voice.
Thanks, guys. I missed you.
Fish, would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, so NewFishBigPond here. I've been trading since September. Had really no clue about the stock market before June. Watched the movie Dumb Money and said, you know what, might be a fun little hobby. And the more I started looking into it, the more I started thinking maybe this might actually be something real to get into. And, poked around on Reddit for a bit and tried to figure out a little bit about trading there. That was a waste of months of time. Nobody on Reddit wants to do anything except help you lose, it seems like. And then there was one person on Reddit that started teaching me a little bit and sent me over to AfterWhores. And once I got on AfterWhores, it was just like drinking from a fire hose, man. There was just so much knowledge available just at my fingertips. All I had to do was just ask the questions, and people just, wanted to help me learn. And from there, the journey began. And I started out with a $10,000 to $25,000 challenge, and that ended up being achieved pretty quickly. And so this year, my goal is to get that up to 100K minimum.
Oh yeah,
brother.
Dude, I as somebody that got to live through that Dumb Money movie, that was pretty awesome. But have you seen the Big Short?
I have.
Oh
yeah. Subprime
loans. Would make you like a permanent bear when you see that.
Oh, it's hard to be a permanent bear in a bull market. That's for damn sure.
It's kind of hard to be a perma bull last week.
Yeah, I've been trying real hard to fuck the bears, and I just been getting fucked by the bears. But my favorite pastime is wasting money. So
timing is everything.
These past 2 weeks, I've been trading SPY puts and making money.
That's because you're smart.
I mean, hey, you got to go where the market takes you. I'm losing 20% of my port sometimes in a week, and then making it up the next week. It's just, my port is so volatile. It's crazy.
So
perfectly balanced,
as all things should be.
Exactly. It keeps my life exciting, man. This is my day trading. This is my day trading that I just use to keep myself engaged still, in the market daily. But my main port, I'm just watching it go up and down 10% a day or 5% a day. It's just oh man, when is this gonna even out or level off or whatever is gonna happen?
I really do want to get into the episode, but I just wanted to bring something up. Daren and BobDog, I have I have something to say to you, both of you.
Okay. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Well, who wants to go first?
I'll take it first. I ain't scared.
Daren, I just wanted to mention that, you know, it's really, really in poor taste to be reacting to your own text messages in the group chat.
I'm always
Yeah.
the first to react to my own things.
I'm
And
like,
I will
oh,
never
Yourself a high
change.
five.
I'm like, oh,
It's
someone
called a
cried
virtual
laughing.
high five. Yeah.
Someone cried laughing at Darren's text. Who was it, Daren?
What's funny is I don't see whenever you guys react. I don't see like when you guys do it because I guess we have like different operating systems. It just
You
shows
have a different operating.
somebody laughed or
Ugh.
whatever. But I guess yours is like, oh, Daren reacted to this. But
It's all you.
yeah,
It's all you.
I have no shame in it. Yeah, I'll react to my own things. It's just what I do.
I respect it.
But you know what? You called me out on it, fair and square.
You know what they call like giving yourself a high five? You know what that is? It's
What's
literally
that?
just clapping.
This fucking guy. Hey,
That
you know
is
what
a
they call
dad
it if you
joke.
sit on your hand?
The stranger as a stranger.
That's right.
I think
Yeah,
we
Stranger
talked about
Things was a
that.
great show.
Yes. Oh,
BobDog.
no. Well, I was gonna say though, sometimes you kind of need to react in your text sometimes to kind of convey what you're saying. Otherwise, the other person might take it seriously. You know.
It's
Yeah,
the
So
first
if you
sarcasm is a
say
little-
anything serious.
if you say you're a fucking idiot, and then there's no there's no
LOL.
reaction.
Be like, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
instead of saying LOL, I'll just put like a funny reaction, and then you'll know that somebody thought it was funny, but
It's like
it was
3D
most likely me.
So like when I come to you and I say, "Hey man, 75% of my port is in one specific stock or the like one specific underlying or their derivatives," and you text me back, "You're a fucking idiot," and you don't say "haha," then
So that's
Diversification is for
that.
people without conviction.
Well, what do you have for BobDog?
Not financial advice. Yeah, BobDog. I've been
He's next.
This has been weighing on me for
Oh no.
fuck. What did we record that like 8 days ago? 9 days ago? Shit. Yeah, so after Daren got cut out, I remember telling you that I loved you and you didn't say it back.
Yeah,
That's
I gave
mean.
you the old. I gave you the thank you.
You did. And
But at least he said thank you.
We haven't
Hey,
been together long enough for me to say that. I can't give my heart out yet.
I mean, to be fair, I'm used to it. But I tend to dive into
Many skeletons in my closet.
I tend to dive in head first.
Chief, it's not you, it's him. He's just going through
Yeah.
things right now.
Just trying to figure himself out.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's fine. It's yeah, it's cool. But anyway, we were talking about our ports, and I think it'd be cool to kind of just talk about where our ports are at right now.
Hold on, let me go look in the dumpster real quick.
Right, I was already in the bottom of my toilet.
Yeah, can you grab mine while you're there?
I learned that my portfolio follows the S&P 500, so which can't be too bad though. If the recovery comes up, I think I'm gonna be sitting pretty good. But right now, I'm just kind of putting my hands together, getting on my knees at my bed,
opening your mouth real wide,
praying to
trying to get more money to put in your port.
Oh God.
So you're saying that's not your new job behind the Wendy's dumpster?
Yes.
It's pretty fucking crowded these days.
Job applications through the roof.
Yeah, you guys want to talk? I mean, I'll start. Talk about where the port's at. So I'm obviously heavily concentrated in Tesla, which has been exhilarating. What a roller coaster.
Yeah.
But My second largest holding is MSTR. Finally accumulated 100 shares, which I am very happy about.
Oh man, you could sell covered calls. Shit.
I can, and that brings me to to Chief's dilemma.
Ooh.
How the fuck do I sell covered calls on volatile stocks like these two?
Dude, MSTR is one of the highest premiums for selling covered call. It's if you do a weekly, it's a 5% return. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure that one out because leaving money on the table, not doing it.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, all right, do I look at the delta? Do I look at the fucking do I just go with the balls? Do I you know what I mean?
Starting out, if I were you, I would try to figure out where max pain is for that week or for that ending weekly.
What a good game.
Something that I learned about New Fish is he loves using the word max pain. That is,
I guarantee you,
that
he
is
likes
his
playing the
thing.
video game.
Bro, I'm not even a gamer, for real. I'm not a gamer.
Well, you sound like a gamer.
I like the cover art.
So I'll do a little plug here. Warren Buffett, not the real Warren Buffett, the fake one on After Hour.
That's built the real one.
Guy.
He built this stock price calculator, and it takes like the expected move, and has like this chart you can use, and it will tell you like basically what the max price is going to be for like whatever end date you want, and like that's a pretty safe spot to put like your covered call strike price, and not have it called away and still get some premium. So.
Right.
Not 100% guaranteed. Right? Yeah, not 100. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Because it's not.
What if Bitcoin rips? You know?
Yeah.
Or what if fucking that's the trouble with the volatility is amazing, but like the MSTR calls or the MSTR shares get called away. Not the end of the world. Whatever. I'll just fucking buy 100 more. But can't lose the Tesla calls with a fucking sub 12 cost basis. You know what I mean? Can't lose those.
No.
Right.
I'll be getting raped in taxes. Number one. Number two. God, this is the second episode I brought up rape. All right, I'm gonna make it.
You need to take a breather.
Subconscious.
I'm gonna make a conscious note to not say it in the next one.
Well, like it's the Viking way, like they would raid, England and whatever, and rape people, and maybe you have some, Viking, DNA in you that you just kind of
American in me, and I'm used to getting raped.
Oh man! Wow! Wow!
You should know about that, Daren, Mr. 99%. You're a fucking peon.
Too soon. Even though it's hundreds of years, it's
Chief,
too soon.
I think we know why your port's going down. Everybody's just stealing from you.
Hey. And you're selling covered calls, so you're an Indian giver. Oh.
Wow.
Whoa, all right. And that was the second episode of the AfterWhores podcast.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's basically where I increased my position in RXRX to 800 shares. I started selling covered calls on that.
All right, that's good.
500 ACHR shares. I should probably start selling covered calls on that. It just seems like it's so. I mean, look at Rise. You guys see his posts? He's fucking killing it.
That's the fucking way right there. Just consistent, making like 5K a week.
He's got it figured out.
It's beautiful. Even his screenshot of his spreadsheet. It's like I just bricked up immediately looking at it. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's he's just he's buying puts and stuff. I'm guessing.
Yeah, cash secured puts and selling covered calls. Selling cash secured puts and covered calls. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm dabbling in that myself, but that's the thing. Like going back to Warren Buffett's tool, not the real Warren Buffett. The volatility index. Once you put in the stock, for the week. I actually was looking at that too, trying to set up my covered call because MicroStrategy can have those big jumps and those big dives, so when it was around 3:30 I was like, all right, it's definitely going to drop pretty soon, so I'm going to sell a covered call. But then, in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if it keeps going up? So I just kind of like maxed out, the thought of on the vitality at the very top. It was like 375, and I did like a 377 covered call. And lo and behold, yesterday it dropped to like, 280. So definitely in the clear. And I just like bought it back for like $20. So I was like,
yeah.
hell yeah. But yeah, so I try to sell cover calls for at least $200. So
you do weeklies?
Yeah. Yeah, I do
that's pretty
weeklies.
good because I mean that's like a 2%. No, I mean that's still $200 a week, and that adds up over time.
Yeah, it does. I'm just kind of like getting used to it. I'm like, okay, so what happens if it gets called away? Am I gonna like lose money somehow or whatnot? But I think it's set so that no matter what, you realize your profits. So
well, if you set your strike price, if you set the strike price above your average cost, then that's what the shares will be getting sold at, and you keep the premium on top of it.
Yep.
But I'm using leaps, so I'm doing the poor man's covered calls. So it's kind of a gray area. It doesn't fully do the full cost of the shares. It does some sort of like formula, But I still think it's like that's why like. So I have a 295 call for MicroStrategy that expires next year. So, it was 330. So I set the cover call for 375. And so the difference of 295, which is the call that I bought, and 375. And then it does like a third of that price, I think, and then times it by 100, and then it does like a value of the call at that time. So like I said, I'm still not fully understanding it because I never had a cover call called away yet. So I'm just trying to make sure I still get like a profit, So
I think coincidentally enough, I'm pretty sure Warren Buffett, the real one to us, actually just made a post. Actually, just made a post.
Assumption, Chief.
Actually, just made a post on After Hour about poor man's covered calls. So maybe you should give that a little.
I did. That's actually why I did it, to be honest, because I didn't know you. I didn't know you could do that.
Darren,
I thought you had to have I thought you had to have 100 shares.
Darren, I think what Chief's saying is that Warren Buffett made a post about it on After Hour this morning.
No, it's the same. It's the same one that he did last time. So it's the same exact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he just reposted it.
Repost. Got it.
Did you read it again?
If you want.
You guys can hear my dog.
But I guess I'll get to my portfolio. Let's see here.
Speaking of
well, that's a
And he's gone.
Hello?
I don't know what's going on with
fish. I hear the birds.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. It appears whenever I change out of the screen, it cuts off. Am I back?
You're back.
Where did I leave off?
You never left. I don't know. Just restart with your port.
Yeah, sure. So as you all know, I'm in my strategy, MSTY, and you get dividends every month for holding shares. And I saw it dropped like 10% yesterday or something. So I bought more. So I'm DCAing. As it goes down. The only way that it doesn't really work out is if it just goes all the way down to zero. So I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I don't think Bitcoin's going to just die. So, it does this every year. There's a good opportunity to buy it, and then there's a great opportunity to sell it or just hold it. Me and NewFish have a pretty similar trading strategy.
Yes, we do.
1 second. I set an alarm. Did you hear my alarm?
We did.
Oh, it sound pleasant. That's how it sounds. It's not like annoying, you know.
It
Very
sounded
calm.
like NewFish's alarm. I liked his alarm better though. Except when I
More
thought his
high
house
pitched.
was on fire.
My
Yeah.
wife did not. My wife did not like the alarm better. No, she did not.
Definitely not. But where did I leave off at? Shit.
You said you and I have a similar investing strategy.
Oh, we do. Sell on green days, buy on red days.
That's it.
That's it, right? And the stock market is going to just move in one way or another. But ultimately, stock market always goes up.
Yeah, that
And
stops
then
FOMO too. If you think about it, if you're not chasing, on green days, like, oh, I got to get in on this fucking ride, so I don't miss it. And then
it's
if it
definitely
drops.
a mental mind fuck. Like there's nothing around it. Like
why you have to master
you're
selling.
like, do I catch the wave? That's the mentality. It's going to keep going up, but you'll have an opportunity to buy it down. But there's definitely moments where you don't have that opportunity. So
I speaking of your portfolio and mine and NewFish's, I don't think BobDog has any MSTY, but I do recall after we posted the first episode, someone had commented and asked about what MSTY is. So I don't know if anyone wants to elaborate on that, or if you guys want me to. I'm more than happy to.
Well, this all comes full circle. It's theta from selling covered calls, and it goes into a fund, and then they send out dividends every month. So based on how many shares you have, sorry,
they have like a $3 billion or $4 billion portfolio, right? And I think they use a synthetic position similar to the poor man's covered call strategy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they make their money by selling covered calls, buying and selling. Selling covered calls, and then they pay out the monthly dividend, as Daren said, which is typically anywhere between $2 and $4 a share. This past month, it was the lowest that I've seen. It was $1.45 a share, but I've got 550 shares, and so I was able to receive a monthly dividend of just over $750. So I got paid $750 just for owning stock. Like,
isn't that awesome? Like that's like the best.
Month. It's not
not a quarter, a month. Yeah. Right. So it's just
it
not a quarter, BobDog.
I think it worked out to be like 8% or something like that. I mean, like that's a pretty good return, guys, especially in the market that we're in.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they list all of their positions on their website. You can literally see all the positions that's in the fund. Like, it's pretty cool. And like my dad is investing now, and he's never going to learn like covered calls. Like, that's just going to be beyond him. He'll screw it up. So MSTY, like, that's his biggest holding right now, and he's loving it. He's like, yeah, I made all this money this month.
Is he retired?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's on Social Security. I think he's waiting for full retirement here in a couple of years. But yeah, it's gonna be part of the retirement plan.
Beautiful. I love it. I honestly don't think it's going anywhere. I have like such high conviction.
The fund just opened up like 14 months ago, so I think it's here to stay. YieldMax doesn't open up a fund like that just to have it stick around for 18 months and then can it.
Yep.
I don't think it's been around for 12 months. Like, it's early. But
it's over a year, I think.
Yeah, it's just over a year.
YieldMax has like a lot of them. They got it for like Tesla, Nvidia. Like, I imagine picking up Nvidia ones would probably be a good idea this year.
Yeah, and then they also I think it's YieldMax that just opened up yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? They just opened up a fund for MicroStrategy Bear, for MicroStrategy Short. It's called WNTR.
Winter.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, you assholes. But you know what? It's gonna make money.
Good hedge. That's a good hedge if you're bullish on fucking MSTR and
Also,
But yeah.
Well, they're double the cost of MSTY. So
they were like triple the cost.
I thought it was like $54. MSTY is like 22 something.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was in the 70s. Maybe I was mistaken.
Perhaps
triple,
double, triple, whatever.
It's more.
It's more for something different.
Are they paying the monthly dividend too? Do you know? Is that the plan?
I don't. We literally just heard about this. What, last night, Daren?
Dude, all yield max, I believe, are all they're mostly monthly dividends.
Yeah,
I think I saw some quarterly ones, but I think that's just their whole thing, you know.
There's no telling what it'll be yet, though, but they will.
Huh.
Yeah, just the thing is like, say you put in like 20,000, you know, it's likely going to drop to like 15,000, but you'll still get the monthly dividends. So, you know, just got to kind of ride the wave until you're back in profit. That's where I am right now. I'm definitely not making profit right now on the stocks, but as long as I hold them, I'm going to continue to get dividends. And, you know, forever long the fund's there, I'll make my money back, you know, who knows how much, especially if Bitcoin, you know, goes to like 250K this year. I'll be beautiful. Pulling up at your house in a Rolls Royce.
Lambo.
Get in. We're going to McDonald's.
Daren, would you say that this vehicle is your Ferrari fund?
Yeah, sure. Well, no, the thing is, like, a lot of it's in my Roth IRA. I can't touch it till I make 60, so like I can kind of play around with it, and
you could still pull out your contributions.
Yeah, insure income. You can, but like a huge penalty.
If you pull your contributions out, it's nothing. You could pull your $7,000, however many years you put it in. So if you had one open for 3 years and you contributed $21,000, you could pull $21,000 out without any tax consequence.
Oh, does that work with dividends?
I don't know why.
Does that count as a contribution?
It has to, because dividends are short-term capital gains. You've already been paid that money. So if it goes back in, then that would be a contribution.
Oh shit.
I'm saying if you just pull the money out, like I don't think it. I don't know. I didn't look into it that much because I'm not pulling any out. I never fucking pull out. But
hey man, we need to talk about that. Sometimes it's okay.
I don't have any kids. It just happens. You know, you just forget. You just leave it in. But no,
can't say that's ever happened to me.
Well, I don't know, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Just when I get begged to, please leave it in. Like, okay.
Vasectomy team, assemble.
You know, I thought about going the freezer route just so I could fucking sling them all the time, but
wow.
I've had a vasectomy and I still pull out.
Well,
that's called risk aversion.
Like the guy went to school and calls himself a doctor, but I don't know if I really trust him that much.
He's a good dentist.
It's like a physical therapist calling himself a doctor. Come on. You know what I mean?
Funny. That's
funny. Yeah. My wife wants me to get a vasectomy, but right now she has one of those IUDs, which at first I thought was a bomb in her vagina, but it's actually a IUD.
How is this safe? What am I hearing?
That shit's gonna blow.
And yeah, truth be told about vasectomies is I'm scared of them. So that's just me, okay. And I'm okay with pulling out. It works for many years.
That's right.
Right. Never pull out of stocks. That's right.
Man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
however, the same with the market. When it's red, stay away.
Whoa!
He's right though. That scares me too.
That's the only time that I'm a bear, baby.
There's two types of people here.
Yeah. Yeah. There
Now
are.
we need to see how BobDog is with that one.
Oh man.
Obviously, me and Newfish are team no red, and
That's right. That's right.
now we need to see what BobDog is.
Way I see it, every day of the month's the first of the month, baby.
Oh God!
It's always payday for you, huh?
Exactly.
You're always buying.
I don't
Some-
give a shit. Let's
and
make
no-
it look like a murder.
My
I
man.
don't care.
All right.
Oh God!
It can look
Perfectly
like
even.
a crime scene or a murder. He doesn't.
I don't give
care.
a shit. If
You're
it
goddamn right.
needs done, it needs done.
Excellent. lubrication.
Put a
That's
towel
all it
down.
is.
I can't. I won't.
A towel? I put my shirt down and then I put it on work the next day.
Oh my God!
What a
Something
man.
about that smell just keeps me on point. Keeps me sharp between the ears.
Your
Oh,
coworkers are
man.
just like sniffing around, like, well, what the hell? What does that smell? I don't
Why
know.
this guy got dried blood on his beard? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I had a bloody nose when I woke up, but I was late. For
No,
work.
no, no. You had a red shirt. You had a red
No,
shirt.
I only do it with white shirts. I tell them
Oh.
it's new age art.
Are you okay over there, Newfish?
Yeah, man. Just getting zen, as I call it.
BobDog, you're port, man. You're I'm pretty sure you just bought 100 shares of the new IPO CoreWeave, that Nvidia slut.
Yeah, that's one of the fun ones. I still don't really know what they do. I don't really care either, to be honest.
Not good.
You just want to be involved in the
I
IPO.
don't fucking know what they do, but I bought it.
I don't even care. Like, if I was playing on hold, like, okay, my conviction plays are Hood and Hims. Really love these stocks. Like, they're gonna go big. CoreWeave, I don't know. Like, they may go the way of like SMCI, but I'm just gonna play the this IPO and I'll sell in a few days. Like, I don't know. It's up like between 2 and 5% depending on the hour so far, and yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I think I saw a comment on your post actually about that, because your initial plan, right, was the assumption that the IV would be high, which would spike premiums on options, and you were going to sell a covered call and just like let the shares get taken away.
Potential. I want to see what the IV is. I'm just curious. I think it will be high, but regardless, I'm probably just going to sell this thing by the end of the week next week, because all that hype's going to die down and the stock's going to go down. Like, generally with IPOs, that they have hype and then they freaking go way down.
Yep.
Hey, just keep in mind what happened with Reddit. It came out with $30 IPO. So
There's
you
a
never
couple
know.
there's a couple outliers for sure.
We
But
gotta look at that
BobDog,
chart though. Like, did that chart did it just go up after
Pretty
they
much,
IPO'd, or did it have
I
like a
think.
pullback at all? Like,
It had a pullback, and then it went up, 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 up.
I was trying to do a teachable moment here, because
Oh.
I don't know if it's hey, there'll be at least one an episode, I promise.
Yes.
That comment on your post, BobDog, I believe that person mentioned that typically IPOs don't offer options within the first 60 or 90 days. Did you notice if that's true? I don't know if you have the option to sell them or not.
shit. No, it was not available Friday. I think it should be available Monday though. I don't know if it's 60 or 90 days. I'm about to Google this.
That's good information.
I was just
to know.
curious what it would be. Yeah.
That is very good information to know.
Yeah, I think when the IPO happens, you can't buy any options. It's just shares.
Oh, it says so. Options aren't available for at least 3 business days after a company goes public. Sometimes it can take up to 30 or 60 days.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
BobDog, I would just have a conversation with Ferrari Fund first before you sell those, because he's really big into cores, and like as far as conviction goes, like he's writing that thing down. So, and he's getting more. So, like if you reach out to him on After Hour, then I'm pretty sure that he'll have a conversation with you and maybe help you learn more about it. Because as far as I know, I think that's like the software behind Cores Scientific, and Cores is the infrastructure. So it's like all the buildings and data centers and shit. which is like, heavily in debt right now because it's they're raising money, and they're building right now, but apparently it's going to make a lot of money.
Right.
Well, are you talking about core weave or cores?
It's connected.
Right, but you're all right. So here's my thing with core weave, right? Because I when I heard about the IPO a couple of weeks ago, I made a post. I was excited about it. Seemed intriguing. And then more information came out, and I was able to like review some more of their shit, and they have so much fucking debt that it's like it's coming out their asses.
Yeah.
They have fucking they have such a concentration in customers, which is just a giant red flag. But now it's not this. None of this necessarily means it's not going to be a good company. It's just these are the red flags that I'm seeing.
Yeah, this is where the investor needs to choose, what risk they're willing to take.
Right.
The
that's where you do your research.
Exactly, the riskier investors are going to, make more money. But apparently, a lot of institutions are buying it. So
here's the main issue that I have, and it's their fucking weird. I don't. It's almost like a fucking like a dom sub relationship with NVIDIA, right?
Yes.
Because there's something I would love to see the MSA, the Master Standard Agreement between the companies, but we'll never be privy to that information.
Right.
But I believe that regardless of what's going on, CoreWeave needs to essentially buy all of NVIDIA's new chips, and they make new chips every fucking year, and they're always more expensive. And I think they have to buy them like no matter what. Like it's in their agreement. But
well, I'm sure that they'll have it. The prices will be considered, and maybe they'll get a discount. Compared to somebody else. They have like deals like that. So that's the thing. Like CoreWeave and NVIDIA, they're kind of bonded to this. Because NVIDIA is going to be selling them the chips. They're going to be buying them. And right now, as we all know, NVIDIA closed at 111, very very far away from 135, but it closed at
crazy opportunity.
It's at 111 or so. It's just crazy.
It still has a little room to come down,
right? But the thing is, I remember last time that when it dropped to like 198 or so, it climbed all the way back to 150. So
yeah. I think it has room to come down to like 104 or something like that.
That's the next support zone, yeah.
I really want to buy a Leap, but it keeps dropping. So, that's something to consider because Leaps are expensive. Like my strategy, my master Leap is
How many words can we use to refer to the same company?
It costs $9,000 something because it's expensive, But that's a 290
expiration.
It's a 295 call for January 16th, 2026.
Wow.
So this is going to be a pretty big year for Bitcoin.
Well, you could probably buy that back at. Right? You could probably buy that back.
Oh no, I've had I've had opportunities to sell it for like 12,000, 13,000. So like when it, what I'm saying, like
I mean now that
I've had opportunity, huh?
Oh, you bought the Leap. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was thinking you sold it.
Yeah, so like I do plan on selling it eventually, but hopefully by that time MicroStrategy or Master I hate this shit is like
just call it let's just call it MicroStrategy and be done with it.
I mean that's what's been, but
I kind of like Master.
I like Master too.
You would
or Master shares. Yeah, by then though, like we could be seeing it like $400, $500 a share. So
yeah, I'd say like I think it's 400. Be like bye.
Yeah, my whole plan with the Leap is just for the whole year is just to sell cover calls until it just gets so ridiculous that
yeah, you don't have a choice.
I guess I'll sell now.
Yeah, so my plan this year, like I'm a whore for stocks. I don't give a shit about CoreWeave. I'll sell that. But yeah, I think two things. Like number one, I want to be able to make enough like steady income off covered calls and cash secured puts that when my bankroll is big enough, I could essentially semi-retire. That's one thing. The other one is LongWasHere is doing another challenge. He started with 180K. He's going to take that to another million or so. I'm literally just going to follow that guy. Like, and he started buying SQQQ or whatever on like Tuesday, and everyone was like, "What are you doing, dude? Like, you're crazy." And I don't know what he saw, but the dude put 180K into SQQQ and fucking turned around 10% easy plus a dividend. And that saved my port this week as well because I bought like 60K worth.
Damn.
So I'm gonna follow that dude.
He was selling cover calls on that too. He secured like $8 grand profit or something.
No, dude is smart. He's protecting himself with the covered calls, and yeah,
he has a smart dick, dude. It's his dick tells him what to do.
That's right.
That's right. That's what he said.
He just went into puts on Hood.
Yeah, he full ported Hood puts.
I did not do that. I'm too much of a pussy for that one.
Yeah. I mean, look at percentage of worth. So net worth.
Like, exactly. I figure the dude's worth about 50 million. So if he's throwing 180K, that's like me putting $5 towards it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? He's gonna fucking profit off it. But yeah, the market. So just to suck LongWasHere's, it's like
the indicator.
That groundhog, the one that tells you if it's going to be spring or fucking more winter.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Yeah, my boy Punxsutawney. Yeah, well, his cock's like that, right? Yeah. But it's on a daily basis, not a seasonal basis.
That's right.
But he's insane. It'd be awesome to have him on here and like talk about like why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, that'd be pretty badass because yeah, SQQQ, that's the inverse, right? But he had shares. So, I mean, eventually he was going to be right? But he was right pretty quickly, I would say.
No, the dude's smart about it and covered calls as well to kind of protect it. And he was like, if the price goes down, he said, I'll make enough money off the covered calls in a couple weeks. It'll be fine. Yeah, his ability to freaking predict what is going to happen in the market is just insane. And I think he's predicting like retaliatory tariffs next week to drive the market down more.
Oh God, can't take it.
I'm gonna say not to kill his Patreon, but yeah, that's what he's saying. And it's like, well, I don't know I don't know that I've seen you be wrong, your cock be wrong yet, so
not often.
I mean, no one's right 100% of the time, but you build a reputation. Like me, I'm wrong 100% of the time for the most part. And also, just a disclaimer, none of us know what the fuck we're doing. We're all learning together. That's why we're doing the podcast.
That's a very important part.
I want to make that very clear. I want to make that very clear. I have absolutely no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
We want to learn together with you and hopefully learn along the way in a conversational way.
Have you guys ever watched Seinfeld? Are y'all old enough for that?
I know pretty much every line from every episode.
So
I'm
like
not a fucking nerd, so.
The episode, well, Chief, I got homework for you. There's an episode where George does the opposite of his instincts.
Oh,
and he's a fucking loser, and he walks up to a woman. He's like, has no chance. He's like, hi, my name's George. I'm unemployed, and I live with my parents.
And I'm bald.
Like, oh,
my name's George. I'm bald. I'm unemployed, and I live with my parents.
And she's like, oh, hi.
Let's go.
Out. And he gets a job at the Yankees, just being a total dick to him. Like, and it's honestly, but there's some truth to it because sometimes our instincts they're wrong, and the market preys off retail traders just being dumbasses. And sometimes we need to flip that on its head a little bit. So it's not totally wrong.
There's many instances where that's true on my behalf. Like, for instance, I usually buy a Tesla call on Fridays, and I call it Tesla Call Fridays. And
it's real original.
It was starting to come up a little bit, so I went ahead and bought a call, and that shit, in 2 minutes, it went up like 30%. And I was like, oh shit. And then, I was like, all right, I'm going to sell it. And then it came back down, and I did it again, But I know that's pretty lucky because if you look at the chart for Tesla yesterday, it went down to like what 266 or something. So don't
And
get married to
260
your
now, I
options.
Yeah, knowing when to pull out of a trade is important.
Hey,
Hey,
Speaking
all
of
right,
pulling out, I got to pull out, guys. It's been real.
All right,
All right,
Bob
yes.
Bob.
Dog.
Y'all fun.
All right, BobDog, you have a good day, man.
Love you, buddy.
Yep. All right.
Bye
Love you
bye.
too, Chief.
Oh,
All right.
you
Episode's
got
over.
it. Yes.
Oh, I caught it out of midair too. Like I felt it coming through the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even
I-
have to use two hands. I just one-handed it right to the chest.
That's awesome.
What a moment. What a moment.
Oh, legendary. That's gonna be the clip. I'm gonna have to figure out how to clip that.
You gotta learn your damn software.
I'm gonna take it to work and show it to my employees and be like, "Do you hear this?"
He loves me.
I told you someone loved me, damn it.
I'm not always a dick. I could get love from BobDog.
That's true.
No, that's great.
I love it.
Fish, you kind of went through your portfolio in the beginning, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I've got MSTY 550 shares. I've got 55 shares of MSTR. And then I've got 2 calls for MSTR as well. I've got a April 17th and a July 18th. Both are 325 strikes. My hope is to exercise what I want to do is I want to sell the 55 shares of MicroStrategy, and then I would add about $13-ish thousand to exercise the April call, and then I would have the 100 shares. Just sit on that, let it ride up, maybe sell covered calls on it once things start moving, and I have an idea of how things are with the stock. And then just keep riding up that July call and sell that for maybe $10,000-$12,000 profit. Other than those holdings, I've got 100 shares of GameStop, which I'm not getting rid of. I'm holding those because I feel like something big is closer than we think. I'm excited that they're going to turn into a Bitcoin treasury. Looks like they're spending a minimum of $1.3 billion to acquire Bitcoin. And Friday there were some big, I think it was like $8 million buys on the dark pool for shares, which is weird because the price went down on Friday, even after a decent earnings report. And so for all of these big share buys to be on the dark pool, it says either people are buying to hold and don't want to affect the price yet, or these are shorts that are trying to cover, one of the two. And then the amount of naked shorts that were sold Friday is something like 38 million more than were available. There were only 1.5 million short shares available on Friday, but 40.3 million shares were sold naked short. So there's a lot going on there. I can't wait till this squeezes, which I think it will, and I hope to make some good money on my 100 shares of GameStop. And then I also have 100 shares of Rocket Lab. I really like the company. I believe in the company. I think they're going to be $100 a share in a few years. I have no idea why the price is being suppressed as it is. I know the market's terrible, but Rocket Lab's trading around $20 when it should definitely be higher than that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean they're constantly expanding their business. When they put new satellites up into space, like they flew a satellite up for Firefly. Firefly got all the recognition and news media talk, and Rocket Lab was never mentioned. So that would help the company. They just I don't know, but nonetheless, I'm not selling those holdings as well. So that's where my my long term's at, and then short term lately I've been day trading SPY, and just sort of trade what the market takes us. If it's bullish at the moment, we'll trade the calls going up, and then we'll trade the puts on the way down.
0 DTE, right?
That's how you do it.
I can do exactly. I can do 3 0 DTEs in a week in my Robinhood account.
Pattern day trader. Word.
Exactly, because that account's not worth 25K, and it is a margin account. But my main account, my Fidelity account, that's worth over 25K. That account, they don't offer 0 DTE. They only offer 1 DTE at minimum. Yeah.
That's even better though. That honestly, that's even better. Because it's like it gives you a little buffer. It's like, fuck, I was wrong. And then it's like the next day, oh, I was right.
Right. And also your theta is nowhere near as bad. You pay a little
Right.
bit more for the contract, but your theta is not killing you.
That's
it's still eating you up, but it's not killing you.
It's the definition of premium, right? You pay a premium for a better position. So
exactly.
Yep, that's all very interesting. And with that, I have to go. So I will see you guys on the next one.
All right, Daren.
Daren. Can't wait to see you like your own shit again in the group chat.
Thank you.
Fucking epic.
Love you. All right. Well, now I got to bring that up. He didn't say it back.
Yeah, dude. You got 2 people that love you.
He didn't say it back. I didn't hear him.
Oh, I thought he did. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just hearing things. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I felt him say it, but I didn't hear him say it. You know what I mean?
Maybe he thought it. They say it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, in certain situations. This isn't one of them though. Yeah, I was gonna say about your GameStop position, man. I saw a chart that like I'm Monday I'm getting in calls. Probably
that's smart. That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna be cheaper too because the stock fucking tanked when they said they're diluting the shit out of themselves.
Yeah, but they're gonna see. Here's the thing about that is Ryan Cohen had a meeting with Michael Saylor about a month ago.
That's the CEO, by the way, everyone.
Yes, sorry. Ryan Cohen, the CEO of GameStop, had a meeting with Michael Saylor, the CEO of MicroStrategy, at Michael Saylor's house. And what my belief is that GameStop is getting ready to set up and follow the exact playbook that MicroStrategy has been following. So while yes, they'll dilute shares, just like when Strategy
that ATM
does the ATM exactly. Yes, it's diluting shares, but they're buying more Bitcoin with the money. So they're diluting shares, but they're not diluting the share price. And that's what a lot of people don't understand.
They're not diluting the share. They're not diluting the value of the stock. They're just diluting the number of shares, which I mean, by mathematical understanding of it, obviously, if you introduce more shares to the market, that's going to bring the price of the stock down because there's more supply and demand. But what people don't like or want to or don't realize or want to acknowledge is they're using that money in order to buy Bitcoin, which appreciates in value. So that tug of war of the dilution, and on the flip side is appreciation on the balance sheet. And with the new accounting rules, recognizing unrealized gains as profit, it's fucking brilliant. The dude was ahead of the game.
Those new accounting rules are going to be a complete game changer for strategy.
Oh my god,
total game changer. We now get to account for the Bitcoin appreciation, the Bitcoin yield. That's just crazy.
That I agree. It's fucking nuts.
It's
and people are worried. I don't know if the laws were figured out yet or not, but people, were worried. Oh, well, they're gonna have to pay taxes on that. I'm like, no, they're fucking not gonna have to pay taxes on that. That's not gonna be introduced. They're gonna say I forget. I made a post like 2 months ago about it. There's precedents already set. It's not going to happen. It's just going to show up.
Love
But
it.
the flip side of that is, if Bitcoin stays at its current price, it's going to show as a law. Well, not a loss, I guess, because their average cost should be in the 60s, like 65K.
Yeah, I believe it is.
But I don't know. There's a lot of confusion with how it's going to be represented on the books when the SEC filings come out. But fuck, man, I like the unknown. I'm excited to see what happens.
Look, here's the thing. I'm a high risk, high reward investor, right? This stock is not for everyone, but I'm a high risk, high reward investor, and you got to be willing to risk it for the biscuit, so to speak, right?
The soggy biscuit.
Hey, man, I want mine soaked in butter, baby.
I don't know if that's what it's gonna be soaked in, but
I hope it's not soaked in blood. I'll tell you that.
Well, it won't be that either. No, I agree. It's that's why I have such a high beta portfolio. It's because and it's also the reason like I could stomach 10% drawdowns in a day. I could look at fucking 18 grand or 15 grand going down because I know the flip side is gonna just fucking be, massive.
Yeah, exactly. 2 weeks ago I lost 20% of my port in one day. And I was like, okay.
Yep.
Sucks for today. And
In a couple months.
Then a week later, I had two 10% days back to back. So I was there back back again at even, and I'm going back down again, and I'll go back up eventually. So here's a little story for everyone. Back when we had the subprime mortgage crisis, back the 08 housing crisis, and the market crashed. My dad's working. He's got a good professional job. And one of his colleagues starts flipping out about his retirement accounts, because the market is crashing, right? It's burning.
Don't even say he sold. Don't even say he sold.
So my dad, who tried being a trader back in the 80s and lost his shirt, right? So he's just an investor. He does S&P 500 only, just deposits money, just buys, S&P 500. That's it. And he's been doing this for 40 years, and it's worked out well for him. And also another trick that he does is when the market goes down, he makes sure that he maxes out all of his accounts as much as he can, even personal accounts, because he's smart enough to realize that when the markets are down, they're going to come back up. Well, this colleague of his flipped out and sold at the bottom. Sold all of his retirement accounts at the bottom. And he was talking, what's that? I know, right? Breaks your heart. It's terrible, man. And so then after the market came back, the guy, tried to get back in. But at this point, he's already, quote unquote, lost a lot of money. Or not quote unquote. He has lost a lot of money,
right? Because
he realized his losses. And my dad was having a conversation with him, I don't know, maybe last year. And the guy is still really, really concerned if he'll ever be able to actually retire because of that one mistake. So just remember, folks, when the market goes down, yeah, you might lose your money on paper, but you don't actually lose your money until you hit sell.
That's I literally try. I echo that. I know we're of the same school of thought there. We echo the same sentiment, but I try to tell people all the time, they're like, oh my God, I lost so much. I'm like, what, did you sell? And they're like, no. I'm like, you didn't fucking lose anything. What do you mean? And
right.
It's not a loss until it's realized. And also, to your point, I've said this before, and it might even be higher now. I don't know after the last quarter, but including the Great Depression over the last 100 years or whatever, the stock market returns 10% per annum. So it's, all the bear markets, all the fucking catastrophes, everything else, you're still looking at a 10% return on your money just for being in the market.
Exactly. And that's why I say buy the dips.
Yeah, I agree. I do it indiscriminately, and I do it like a fucking idiot because I just buy off the balls. If they twitch a little bit, then I injected 26 grand that I didn't have in the market last week. And if I would have just waited, I could have got everything I bought way cheaper this week, but that would have took up too much mental capacity. I didn't want to have to worry about it, and that's why I do what I do, because I just want to be in my positions and then manage them accordingly.
Right. You're a big boy, you know what you're doing.
Exactly. And if I fucking lose my money, which I absolutely know is a possibility, then, well, we'll figure that out when we get to it. You cross bridges when you get to them. You don't
Exactly.
forward to think about them. To your point, I remember when COVID hit, I was supervising at a manufacturing facility, and all the employees were. It's funny because I wasn't active. I didn't actively watch the market until I joined AfterHour, really. So like October of 2024, I would literally check my port like once every month or once every 3 months. Like I really didn't give a fuck. I was just worrying about making money, saving money, and when I saved enough, like 20 to 30 grand, I'd throw it in. And around when COVID hit, I had about 30 grand in my port, or not in my port, in my savings account. And I heard everyone like, in their 50s and their 40s, people that were working up, thinking that they had their whole, they were on pace for retirement and everything was going to be good, looking at their 401ks and, oh my God, it's fucking down, it's down 30%. Like I lost so much money. And I implored them all. I'm like, it's going to come back up. This is literally like, what are they called? Fucking black swan moments or whatever.
Yeah, black swan.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like,
it's an unforeseeable event.
Right. It's a shock, and yeah, it sucks seeing it, but how about you just don't look at it and you look at it a year from now and see what happens. But when I heard all these people saying this, I was like, I got 30 grand in my savings account. So everyone's fucking scared and terrified, and what did I do? I just threw it all in the market, and it paid off handsomely. So
see, that's what you got to do. It's like the real Warren Buffett says. Right? We got to differentiate here, or maybe it's Charlie Munger. I don't know. One of those two. But yeah, when people are fearful, be greedy. When people are greedy, be fearful.
Yep. And that's it's funny. I wish BobDog was still on here, because he has a quote that translates the same way, except I don't really want to say
it. Gotcha.
Yeah, what he would be, I'm sure he would be comfortable saying it, or even you, if you know it, you'd be comfortable saying it, but I don't want to say it. But it is fucking hilarious.
I gotcha. We'll keep that for another episode.
Yeah, we'll let him speak to that.
Yeah, but, it's his words. We'll let the man say
it. it is fucking funny though, and if you think about it.
That's right. But, so hey, I want to talk a little bit about and while we see the market is down, I want to remind everyone why we do this. Right? We do this to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Right? We do this to make money so that we can enjoy our lives. So while this sucks as far as like the way the market is right now, I've been lucky enough to make some money in the market, and I've decided to just take a little bit of time away just for myself, just a little solo vacation, and I'm going on a 4-day cruise in a week and a half, and I'm able to do that. Got a nice room with a balcony, and I'm able to go ahead and do all of this because of the market. The market gives you gains. You realize your profits, and then when you want to do something for yourself, you say, all right, I can do this. This is basically free money that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man. It's something that's really, really neat to me, man. Last winter I was able to upgrade my wife's engagement ring, when we got married.
I remember that.
Yeah, we got married. It was really small, and this is something I'd always wanted to do, and the market allowed me to do it. So, just want to remind everyone that while we are in a little bit of a bad time in a correction period right now, just zoom out, look at the macro picture. Look at the macro and remember why we're doing this and why we sit here through the ups and the downs.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And that speaks to life in general. If you think about it, like it's important. You need to be present. It's very important to be present, but you can't be lost in the present and forget what is, or what was. So that's just zooming out. Stop looking at the fucking 1 week 5 minute chart, or 1 week 15 or 30 or 1 hour chart, whatever. Look at the 1 year chart.
Exactly.
Look at the 5 year chart. It's I promise you, unless you invested in a fucking absolute dog shit stock, it's gonna be up.
Dude, look, I'll use MicroStrategy as an example, right? It's gone down a lot over the past couple of days. If I was looking at the 1 day, man, I would have sold, taken my profits, and been on my way. I'm not
What's it up
swinging.
500%?
What's that?
In the last year? What?
Exactly. Like I'm not swinging this stock. I mean, it's a great stock to swing trade. It really is. But for some reason, I've moved from being a swing trader to an investor or a day trader while we're in this very strange market that we're in, that I have a feeling we will be in strange times for a few years.
That'd be the longest bear market ever. But
I'm not saying a bear market. I'm just saying strange markets. I think.
I got you.
Yeah, I think we'll be in a very bipolar market for a while.
I kind of have a feeling fucking I kind of have a feeling that someone's gonna get slapped on the wrist and things are gonna get walked back and maybe return to normal a little quicker than anticipated, but we'll have to see what happens.
From your mouth to the president's ears.
Yeah. All right. Fuck, that was awesome. I'm glad we were able to get all four of us on here. But with that, I need to end the show as I need to go to sleep.
All right, brother. Get some rest. Have a good night at work. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you having me on. I look forward to the next show.
Absolutely, big fish. And hey, I love you.
I love you.
All right. See you later, everyone.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.